It's not opening. Can we connect through? Okay. What topic we will discuss today? Like the
Yeah, so I can I can discuss Java, or I can discuss Spring Boot also, and
okay.
your main focus is in the Mockito. So I can discuss Mockito also. So basically, I have created some PPT, and I teach through these PPTs like this. This is a Mockito PPT that I have. Okay, I need to share my screen. Share screen. Yeah. So this is the Mockito PPT that I have created, and first I will go through the theory, that I will explain the.
We will go by example, no?
Yeah, first I will tell. Yeah, first I will tell you of some theory. Then we can go through. We can see an example. So here today, the topic is methods of Mockito. So
Okay.
so yeah, so there are like variety of methods in Mockito, like mock, verify, when. These kind of methods we can use for writing our test cases.
Okay.
So Mockito contains 5 mock methods with different arguments. So first we will see this mock method. So this mock method can be created with 5 different
What is
arguments.
mock actually? Mock. We are doing mock. Mocking means what?
So mocking basically means that you are creating an object which is connected with the class object. Like we have a class X, so we will create a mock object of that class, and its name can be mock X, and that object is basically connecting with that class object, and now we are able to do any test case on the class object. So it is like that. So mock means when we say a mock test means something that is not real. So mock object is that is not a real object, but that is an object that is used for creating test cases. So here you can see that mock method it is used to create mock objects of a concrete class. Mock method of a concrete class or an interface. We can create mock object of a concrete class or interface. It takes a class or an interface name as a parameter. So in this mock function method, we will pass the class name or interface name as parameter. There we have a method with answer. It is to create mock objects of a class interface with a specific procedure. Basically, these kind of with mock settings, return values with a string. Main which we use is in writing mock test is mock method with class. So this is the most common. Others we use, but this is the most common that we use. So I will tell you that how we create that. So 1 second, someone is on my door.
Okay.
So, hello.
Hello, sir.
So I will show an example that how to create a mock object of a class. So suppose we have a class book. Now we want to create a mock object of this class because we want to write a test case or cases of this functions of this class. So we will create a mock object. First we will write the reference type as mock, and there is a pattern that we follow whenever we write a mock object of a class. For that, we first write this word mock, and after that we will write the name of the class in the camel case like this. Suppose our class name is apple instead of book, then we will write mock mock apple like this. So like this, this is the pattern that we follow. This is not compulsory to do. Our JVM will not give any error, but this is the standard. So like this we will write, and then equal to, we will first this is the class name Mockito class that we import, and then after that we call a function mockito.mock. And here in the parenthesis we write the name class name. So we write like book dot class. So this will create a mock object of this class. Now we can write further test cases of the functions of this class. So here I have one project also. I will share my screen. Okay, so I have opened string tool suite. Can you see my editor?
Yes.
Yeah. So here, this is one of the project, and in this project, we have written the base or the original code here in this Java main is SRC main Java, and in the SRC test Java we write our test cases. So let's see one example. So basically this is a Spring Boot project. So in the Spring Boot, there is a service IMPL file, category service IMPL, category code down. Then here category service IMPL test. Okay. So so basically this, the one way that I showed you to create a mock object. The other way is like this. So first we have this. First we have this class, category service IMPL class, and here in the SRC main test Java, we have written the test file for this class, category service IMPL test. So how you can create a test file of a class? So there are many ways. We can like right click and then new class, and then we can write the test case. The other way I will show you. So suppose there is a.
What is the annotation @inject mock? What is mean by annotation @inject mock?
Yeah. So here I have shown you one way of creating a mock object. Now there one more way of creating mock object is that you just need to write this annotation @mock, mock, and after this you will write the class name and the variable name. So this will create a mock object, and inject mock is basically used for the main class. So we are creating the test case of category service IMPL class. So we will inject the mock of that class. Means this is the main class of which the mock test we are creating. So we will write the inject mock annotation, and these are the other classes which we are using inside this class. So we will create the mock classes by using @mock function. And then there
Sorry,
is
I
a
didn't get you. I didn't understand this inject mock annotation. What it does?
yeah. So we have this class category service IFPL, and we are creating a test case
Okay.
of this class. So whenever we create a
Okay.
test class of a class, we have to create a inject mock object of that class. So that is why we are using the inject mock annotation. So I will give one more example. Here is a product
No.
service.
Inject mock we are doing we are writing @inject mock means what we are doing.
Okay, so it means basically we are uh, uh, yeah, we are injecting the mock of this main class in the our test class.
Okay.
So that is the that we do whenever create a test case, and then we create a mock objects of some other classes that we use. Then we have this before annotation. There are one more annotations like before annotation and before annotation. So this annotation is called uh, before uh, uh, before initialization of object of a test class. This this function will call. So whenever we initialize the object of this class, whenever we call this test class, so at the beginning this before annotation function will call, and here we have this init function. In init function we create the object of our mock. So whenever we call Mockito annotation.init mock, it will create the objects of all these three, all the objects. Here we have only initialized here we have only created the object. Sorry, not created the object. We have only reference. But here we have initialized.
Actually, I didn't hear your voice because of network disconnection. Can you explain again? Mockito annotation.init mock what it does?
Yeah. So basically, this is a function. This is a function that is used for creating. This is this function is used for creating a mock object of for initializing all mock objects.
Okay, to initialize all the mock objects, we are using
Yeah.
this .init mock method.
Yeah. So there are three mock objects. This one, and this one. It will initialize all these
Okay.
three. Otherwise, we will have to
And
manually
inject
initialize.
mock means the main class we will annotate with inject mock.
Yes. Init mock, the full form of init mock means initialize mocks. Mock.
Okay, the first one annotation, no, inject mock.
That is
Sir,
for the main
that
class.
is for for the class which has the method which we want to test. So that root class we will annotate with @inject mock.
Yeah. And the other classes that we are using in that class, for that we use only @mock annotation. Like
Okay.
we have
And
these.
for the classes which are dependent on this category service IMPL, we will denote that classes with the @mock.
Yes. So now,
Okay.
now there is one there are now other annotation is @annotation. @annotation is a very common annotation in our Mockito test classes that we use for writing our test case of every function. So suppose there are
Hello?
like
Again, there is internet disconnected. There is disconnection. Now I can hear you.
yeah, there is one more annotation, test annotation, test annotation
Okay.
for writing test functions.
Huh.
We have number of functions in our main class, then we will have to write a number of functions in test class also with @test annotation. So here,
I didn't understand.
if we have n number of functions in our main class, then we will have to write n number of functions in test class also with @annotations.
Okay.
So here you can see that we have this function get, then find by category code, then find all, then create category response. And here you can see that test get for valid ID, test find category with so find by category code. So there find by category code. So we have like you can see there is a function find by category code, and now we want to write the test case of this class. So first of all we will write this @test annotation. So I will so this is our main class. Here we have like this function like find by category code. Okay, this is the function in our main class. This is the function in our main class. Now we have a test class book test. This is the test class. Okay, this is the test class. This is the main class. This
I
is the
can't
main
find
class.
the test class. I can see only one class category.
One second.
Find by category code.
Yeah,
This method I can see, but test class I can't see.
Yeah, can you see my notepad now?
Yes.
Yeah. So here we have a main class. Here we have a test class.
Okay.
Here, @annotation. This is used for writing test functions. If we have n number of functions in our main class, then we will have to write n number of functions in test class also with @test annotations. Okay. So we have the main class book. Here we have this function find by category code. Now we have the test class book test. Now we have to write the test class of this function. So what first of all what we are doing, first inject mock annotation and then private class name book and its book mock is its mock object. Now initializing it, so before annotation and then init function and here Mockito Mockito annotations dot init box Mockito annotation dot init mocks. Okay, so this is the code that you will write in every test class. This is the common code. Now, extra code that you will write there. Here is that. So suppose we have this function find by category ID. So now the first thing that you write for a test case of a function, first step is test annotation. This is the first step. Annotation. Then the function. So function is so mainly whenever we write a test function, its return type is always void. Always whenever we write a test function, its return type is void. Test function never returns anything, so its return type is void. And we start write the name of the function. There is a pattern of that we follow. When we write a test function, first we write this test word, test keyword, then after the function name. This is the pattern. Suppose we have a function get book in our class. So for that we will write the function name as test get book. This is the pattern we usually follow for writing the name of the test function. So here we are writing this. Then okay. Then this is so this is one of the test case that we have written here. And yeah, so now inside it we are using this assert not null, assert sim. These are the functions which we are using for matching our data. So like this is a assert not null function. Assert not null function. Why we use assert not null function? To check that the value is not equal to null. So suppose in this main class function, suppose there is a category code, and we have to test that this category code should not be null. So we will call this assert not null function in our test class, and in that we will pass this category code. So this is our test function, assert not null, and here pass the mock object. So we will create a mock object of the category code, and that mock private category code cat code. Okay, now just pass it here. Cat code, just pass it here.
Why we create category code mock?
Basically we want to test the category code variable in that category. In this function find in this function find so our
this
main
is
class,
another function, I think so, and find by category code is another function, and you are showing is the another function.
No, I not understand what you said.
The example, the method which you are showing, no, should be find by category code, but you are showing the different one.
So you are saying here?
No, in the code. Here, correct.
No, this is
here.
this is different. Here I am writing different. That is for explaining you. So do not match this with my code.
Okay.
They can be different. Okay. So here we have a here we are passing category code, and we are setting its value as like X. Okay. Now whenever this function is called, category code should not be null. We have to set this. Its value should set as X. So whenever we write a test function, first of all we call our test our main function. For that, what we will use? We will first use the object of the main class. Then after writing dot, so here you can see some similar thing is happening here. Main class name is category service IMPL. This is the mock object of main. And after we are calling find by category code. This is we are calling. So same thing here we will do. So like category code. Okay. So same. No. So first of all, we will call this function find by category code. Okay. So this is the function for which we are writing a test case. That is why first of all we will call this function, and in that we will pass some argument like this empty arguments. Now whenever this function is called, then category code is set to a value x, means category code is not null. So here we have created a mock object of category code, and we will call this function assert not null. So it will give that oh, this is here null or not. If this is null, it will immediately give an exception that this is null. So that's how we will check that this is null or not. So there are like this different functions: assert null, assert not null, assert same. This assert null. These functions you will understand when we will go forward. These are like a lot of functions. Like there is function verify. Verify function is basically to check that some value is matched or not. Then there are like spy method. Spy method is one of the other method that we use for creating a mock object. Then reset method is used to reset the mocks. So suppose we have initialized a mock object with some value, and we want to reset its value. Then we call the reset function. Verify. So when we go forward in our classes, we will go step by step with every function, and like you will create like a small application, and in that we will run every function and learn every function by running practically. So here I have written only in the notepad. So when you will run this in this code editor, you will see its value. Like here we are asserting not null. Okay, here x is not null. Okay, it will run fine, no error coming. But suppose here I am commenting this. Now category code is a null. Category code is null. Immediately here our JVM will give an error. Test error. Here we will get error. Test failed. At query code is null. Immediately we will get this. So we will see that oh, this is failing, means there is something wrong here, or the code is not working properly. Like this, we have different kind of functions. So similarly, assert null. So this is to check that it should be null. Now here, if we are setting some value, and I'm commenting this line, and I'm calling this assert null with this argument, then it will give an error because it should be null, but it is not null. So there are like this. There are different kind of functions. Assert equals. So this is to match the value. So suppose its value is x, and we are matching it with y. It will give an error. That value not matched. And if we are writing x, so value matched with x, then test case will pass. Like this, we have different kind of functions. Similarly, one more function, do throw function. So this is the function. So suppose we have written here a try catch, try and catch. Okay. Okay. Now we have written the test case for the code block which is written in the try. We have written the test case for this. But in the catch there is some code like we are throwing an exception and returning a string. This is wrong category. This is the string we are returning in the catch code. So we have to write test case for the catch block also. We have here written the test case for only the try block, but you have to write for catch block also. So for that, what we will do? So for that, what we will do? We will manually create an exception. We will manually create an exception in our test class. For that, we call this do throw function.